Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, teacher and friends. We are very happy to have this chance to give our presentation today. First, we want to take this opportunity to thank you to Ms. Cisanti Arumsari, which is our lecturer on the subject for the semester. Today, Group 9 would like to present the topic of why we should restore our trust. Before we jump to the presentation, let me introduce the outline of the presentation today. So it will be given in 6 parts. First, my name is Rafsan Janis Marus, and I will give you a brief introduction of our topic. Then I'll also conclude our presentation today with summary and recommendation from our group. Then there is Rinaldi will speak to you about reason why in developed countries produce high trust and the reason why the level of trust management is very low. After that, last but not least, Salsa with her explanation about reason why trust must be recycled, also the reason why recycling trust is profitable. By the way, feel free to ask any question. However, I do ask you to wait until the end of the presentation to give a question, because there will be plenty of time for question at the end. Now we are moving to another member of the group, Rinaldi.
First, reason why in developed countries produce high trust. Developed countries produce more waste per capita because they have higher level of consumption. There are higher proportion of plastics, metals, and paper in the non-crucial solid waste stream, and there are higher labor costs. Between 30% and 35% of the total amount of generated waste in most developed countries is attributed to building sector activities such as building, construction, renovation, and demolition process, according to the official EU and statistical data. In many countries in our list, the construction industry is the largest culprit, generating more than 90% of the total waste produced in a country. Canada is the one developed country that produces high trust, driven by agricultural waste and industrial waste generation, which totaled 118.1 million tons and 1.12 billion tons, respectively in 2017. Canada estimates the total waste generation in highest in the world. Canada produced 1.33 billion according to the Canadian government. Waste from industrial activities such as oil refining, chemical manufacturing, and metal processing contain various hazardous chemicals, including acids, phenols, arsenic, lead, mercury. Industrial waste generation is a long-standing problem in Canada, which sought to address the issue as early as 1992 when it ratified the Basel Convention. Like many affluent nations, Canada exports large portions of its waste to other countries, and the convention controls and aims to reducing these waste shipments. This and other measures put Canada on the list of countries doing the most to protect the environment. And reason why the level of trash management is very low. Waste management or waste disposal include the process, the action required to manage waste from its inspection, its final disposal. These include the collection, transport, treatment, and disposal of waste, together with monitoring and regulation of the waste, management process, and waste-related laws, technologies, economic, and mechanism. Areas with developing economies often experience exhaust waste collection services and inadequately managed and uncontrolled dump sites. The problems are worsening. Problems with governance complete the situation. Waste management in these countries, the cities, is an ongoing challenge due to weak institution. Chronic under-resourcing and rapid urbanization, all of these challenges, along with the lack of understanding of different factors that contribute to the hierarchy of waste management, affect the treatment of waste. Waste management in these countries and cities is an ongoing challenge due to weak institution, chronic under-resourcing, and rapid urbanization.
Reason why trash might be recycled. First, recycling converts resources. When we recycle, materials are converted into new products. reducing the need to consume natural resources, which will help to protect natural habitats for the future. Second, recycling saves energy. Using recycled materials in the manufacturing process is considerably less energy than that required for producing new products from raw materials. Third, recycling helps protect the environment. Recycling reduces the need for extracting, refining, and processing raw materials, all of which create air and water pollution. As recycling saves energy, it is also reduces greenhouse gas emissions, which helps to tackle climate change. And the last, recycling reduces landfill. When we recycle, recyclable materials are reprocessed into new products. And as a result, the amount of rubbish sent to landfill site decrease, which reduces emission of methane and powerful greenhouse gas. Reason why recycling trash is profitable. Recycling creates jobs. In the US, recycling and reuse activities provide 757,000 jobs and produce $36 billion in waste each year. Using the to recycle isn't just good for the environment, it is good for the economy too. On the contrary, recycling benefits the whole economy by creating at least 10 times more jobs than landfilling or incineration. Recycling is profitable. It is good for taxpayers, municipalities, manufacturers, and investors. Recycling industry is an economic engine providing over 500,000 jobs in America and creating more than $100 billion in revenue. The metal, paper, plastic, electronics, textile, and glass in the recycling stream are inherently valuable. While commodity markets do fluctuate, most of most of our waste still command high price, especially materials like PET used in water bottles, which sell $309 per ton, or clear HDPE used in milk jugs, $754 per ton on average in 2018. Let's think about the alternative. If this material ends up in landfill, it's taxpayers' money that foots the bill. With a national average disposal cost of more than $50 per ton, communities would have to pay $3 billion annually in additional landfill disposal fees in this material.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of the presentation. To summarize, I would like to conclude all of the parts of the topic today and give some recommendation about it. So my group is believe that recycle through trash management can be very profitable. Based on our explanation before, recycling has some benefits. First, it reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills and incinerators, and it conserves natural resources such as timber, water, and minerals. Next, recycling trash can increase economic security by tapping a domestic source of materials. Then it helps prevent population by reducing the need to collect new raw materials. Recycling also supports the country manufacturing and conserve valuable resources. And of course, it saves energy definitely. Another important point is it helps create jobs in the cycling and manufacturing industry in the country. So my group suggests that instead of throwing your trash away, let's turn your trash into case. Like check out these tips. You've probably heard the saying reduce, recycles, reuse, recycle, or TR, but this is more like sell, reuse, recycle. Here are some tips on how to turn trash into money. First, you can sell your trash for cash. A lot of waste you throw away every day could be worth more than you know. For example, like stacks of X cartoons can lend you about $12 per dozen. And beer bottle caps can be used as art, so people will pay you $10 for 100. Then you can get creative and reuse on some trash. Just because you've used something once doesn't mean you have to toss it away. Save some cash by holding on to things you won't usually. Example like see if your grocery store has reusable bags, so you have the option to use the same bag multiple times. Then there is plastic water bottles can be filled up endlessly, and you can help the environment by sticking to one for a while too. The same goes for other items like shampoo bottles and shoes boxes too. So you save money and the earth. Another way is, this one is very famous in Indonesia. We used to call it mas-mas timbang besi. That is turn metal into money. How much scrap metal do you have? The answer is more than you think. You don't need something huge like old cars or pipes to turn scrap metal into cash. Like you can use cans or metal junk you might have in your cash. The trick, if you hold a magnet to it and doesn't stick, you can sell it for a cash at the junkyard. So there are a lot of ways to make cash from your trash. If you have unwanted items lying around your home, do some research to see if it's worthy or not. Many stores and organizations have recycling programs that reward you for recycling your unwanted goods and trash. In the end, and we already given you all the point and reason relating with this topic. Now, if you have any question, I will be happy to answer it. Does anyone have a question or comment? So thank you for your attention. Last but not least, I would like to state about the quotes from our group that said, "Don't litter, it makes world better." Also, another one that might be related to some of us in here, especially for the boys. Love is stress, girls love cash. Hopefully that quote makes all excited to make money. That's all from us. If there's any mistaken, please forgive us. Thank you very much. See you.